You see, signing the agreement was just paper ink on a page, a formality. But moving in, that was when it started to feel real. 2 days later, Sadiq returned with his bag. One Ghana must go, one small box, and a pillow squeezed tightly under his arm. That was all he owned in the world now. As he stepped into the compound, daylight revealed things he hadn't noticed before. It still looked quiet and clean, but somehow quieter than he remembered, almost like the place was holding its breath. The gate creaked open and Mr. Adeyemi stood there. There was no greeting, no welcome. He simply stepped aside and said, "Your room is upstairs." Sadiq nodded and made his way up. As he climbed the stairs, his footsteps echoed too clearly. Each step bounced off the tiled floor, sharp and hollow. The walls were white, almost too white, reflecting light in a way that made the corridor feel longer than it was. He stopped in front of a door. Room B4, his room. He unlocked it, and the door creaked softly as it opened. Inside, the room smelled new and empty, the kind of emptiness that doesn't comfort you, the kind that quietly reminds you you're alone now. He dropped his bag and sat on the floor. Then he laughed, low and tired. "I have moved out of bondage," he said. Slowly, he began arranging his things. The mattress went straight to the floor, and his books were stacked neatly in one corner. Every small movement felt like independence, every breath felt lighter. For the first time in a long while, the space belonged to him. Later that evening, curiosity pulled him outside. He stepped into the compound to look around as other tenants passed by. Most nodded back when he greeted them, a few smiled, but some just looked at him longer than normal. He noticed it but didn't dwell on it. Downstairs, a girl sat alone. He greeted her, and she replied softly before quickly looking away. Strange, but Sadiq brushed it off. Everyone had their own life. Everyone had their own worries. As night crept in, generator sounds began rising from nearby compounds, loud, familiar, comforting, but their own compound remained silent. No light. Sadiq wasn't worried, but he smiled and said neater things. He cooked noodles in the dim glow of his phone light, sat on his bed, and ate slowly, peacefully. That night, he slept deeply. No knocks, no shouts, no hostel curfew bell, just silence. Sometime around midnight, he stirred, not fully awake, just enough to notice something. Something felt off. The compound was too quiet. No insects, no distant laughter, no generator hum, nothing. He listened for a while, then shrugged, turned, and slept again. Morning came with sunlight flooding the room. The tiles glowed as Sadiq stepped onto them barefoot, cold and refreshing. He stretched, did a few push-ups, and some light exercises, the kind he could never do in the hostel because of space. He smiled. This was the freedom he prayed for. But you see, freedom doesn't always scream when it's fake. Sometimes, it whispers. That afternoon, he noticed something small. The water stopped suddenly, just for a moment, then came back. He ignored it. Later, the light blinked off, on, off again. He laughed. That is normal thing for Nipa here. And just like that, he went on with his day, unaware that the whispers had already started. As evening came, Mr. Adeyemi passed by Sadiq's door, stopped, and looked inside. His eyes went from the mattress on the floor to Sadiq himself. Then he nodded slowly. "You're settling in," he said. "Yes, sir," Sadiq replied. Mr. Adeyemi's eyes lingered for a moment longer before he added softly, "Remember the rules." Sadiq nodded again. "Yes, sir." The landlord turned to leave, then stopped. Without turning back, he added, "Enjoy it while it lasts." Sadiq frowned, but before he could ask anything, Mr. Adeyemi walked away, his footsteps echoing as he disappeared downstairs. Sadiq stood there alone as that strange chill returned, stronger this time, though excitement still managed to win. That night, lying on his mattress with his phone glowing in his hand, he smiled. Freedom. Quiet. Soft life. He didn't know then that the calm was only borrowing time, that the silence was temporary, that the room was only kind at first. You see, freedom doesn't always announce when it's about to leave. Sometimes it sneaks out quietly, one small inconvenience at a time, until you look around and realize you're trapped. That was exactly what happened to Sadiq. The second night in the lodge was still amazing. It was quiet, with no shouting, no snoring, no bunk bed shaking whenever someone turned. It was just him and silence. He lay on his mattress staring at the ceiling, feeling the cool air brush his skin, and smiled. This was it. This was the soft life they promised. He read till midnight without torchlight, without fear of knocks. When sleep came, it came gently. No alarm from someone else's phone, no elbow in his ribs, just peace. The next morning, he woke up smiling. He cooked noodles and fried eggs in his own room. Standing in front of the mirror in his private bathroom with a toothbrush in his mouth, he laughed quietly. Who hostel help? The first week passed like a dream. Sadiq adjusted fast. He woke when he wanted, studied when he wanted, and at night sat by his window listening to distant generator sounds from other compounds. Life felt balanced. His friends visited and admired the tiles, the room, the building, and his privacy. They praised him for making the move. Even lectures felt lighter, despite the slightly longer distance. He returned home without stress, dropped his bag, and rested. For the first time since resumption, Sadiq felt like he was truly living. But life never changes suddenly. It whispers first. It started with the light. One evening, while Sadiq was reading with a pen in hand and notebook open, darkness fell suddenly. Nipa. He sighed. Normal thing. He waited, but minutes passed, then an hour, and it was still dark. He stepped outside and noticed something strange. Nearby compounds were buzzing with light and generator noise, but theirs was silent. He knocked on the landlord's door, got no response, and eventually went back inside to read with torchlight, telling himself it was just one night. The light returned the next morning without explanation, and Sadiq shrugged it off. Then water became the next issue. One morning, he turned the tap and nothing came out. He checked again, still dry. He fetched water from his stored bucket. Later that evening, he met Aisha, another tenant, and casually mentioned that light and water were acting strange. She looked at him, then around, lowered her voice, and said, "You be new person." When he confirmed, she nodded slowly. "You go soon understand." That sentence followed him. By the second week, the problems became regular. Light went off without warning, sometimes for 2 days. Water flowed only early in the mornings. If you missed it, you suffered. Then came a handwritten notice pasted near the gate. Generator contribution 3,000 naira per room. Sadiq frowned. This wasn't mentioned before. One tenant shrugged and said, "That is how it is." Another added, "Landlord power pass student for this side." Sadiq paid because he had no choice. A week later, another notice appeared. Water maintenance fee 2,000 naira. He stared at it and sighed. School Don Hardo. He started calculating transport, food, handouts, and now this. When he tried to ask Mr. Adeyemi politely, the man's tone had changed. There was no calm voice, no patience. "If you don't like it, pack out." Just like that. Sadiq froze. Pack out. He had just settled. He forced a smile and said, "No problem, sir." From that day, Mr. Adeyemi stopped pretending. His greetings disappeared, His voice became sharp, and rules began appearing overnight. The gate closes by 8 p.m. No guests at all. No sitting outside at night. Sadiq felt the shift, the power. His nights became restless. Light went off again, making reading difficult. How person go read for this type of house? He muttered one night as he paced his room. Sleep suffered, morning lectures suffered, and he began waking late. Sometimes he missed first class. One day, he arrived late for a test and the lecturer refused to open the door. Next time, be punctual, the man said. Marks lost. Sadiq sat at the back of the class with a heavy heart, wondering if this was the freedom he prayed for. At night, fear crept in. Every knock startled him, every sound made him alert. He started locking his door even during the day. He called Emeka and said, "Guy, things day somehow." Emeka laughed and told him to endure. He called Yusuf and complained about the landlord, and Yusuf said the same thing. Endure. That word became his daily meal. Then came the rent issue. One afternoon, Mr. Adeyemi called him and said he hadn't paid the sanitation levy. Sadiq had never heard of it. When he asked how much, the answer was 5,000 Nigerian nairas. He tried to speak, but Mr. Adeyemi cut him off with the same sentence: "If you don't like it, pack out." People were watching. Tenants paused. Sadiq felt small and ashamed. He paid. From that day, respect left him completely. The landlord spoke to him anyhow, shouted at him, and corrected him in public. One evening, it escalated. Sadiq returned late from group study, past 10 p.m., and found the gate locked. He knocked, then knocked harder. When Mr. Adeyemi finally came out, his face was dark. "I warned you," he said. Sadiq explained about lectures, but the landlord shouted that it was always excuses. Some tenants watched from their windows as humiliation burned into Sadiq. The gate was opened slowly, and Mr. Adeyemi warned him not to try it again. That night, Sadiq couldn't sleep. Shame wrapped around him, and fear followed. The final blow came a week later when he returned from school exhausted, his bag heavy. He got to the gate and found it locked. He knocked, called out, but there was no response. Then he saw a paper pasted on the gate. "Vacate this room in 7 days." His chest tightened. People passed, looked, and whispered as night fell and darkness swallowed the compound. Sadiq stood there with his bag on his shoulder, heart pounding, alone.